Hi guys, it's Adam Panisu from Liberty Blue Wealth. This is one of my development sites through the company Adpent Properties. So I'm just on site at the moment, and I just wanted to show you a site that is under construction and just tell you a little bit about this site, how I bought it, what sort of time frame it took to get approvals, and where and what stage it's up to at the moment. So this site my business partner was working on 5 years ago, and it took him almost that amount of time to purchase the property at a reasonable price from the vendor. So the property is a 65-acre property. It's in northern part of Brisbane. It's about 45 kilometers outside of Brisbane. We got an approval for 42 lots. So the lots are quite large, and there's a creek that runs through, a waterway that runs through some of the site. So you can see in the backdrop, those trees in the background is actually a waterway that runs half through the site. So some of the site's not usable. The other part of the site that is usable, those lots average about 3,500 square meters each. So fast forward 4 years, we purchased this site. So this is around about 18 months ago. We put this site under contract, settled it almost 12 months ago. And at the moment, we're month 2 into construction. Civil works almost completed. After that, then the road will be put down. Gutters, curbing will be put down, and then stormwater and things like that. So there's about another 2 months left to go. This is stage 1, it's 24 lots. Stage 2 is another 18 lots on the other side of those trees you can see in the background. So stage 2 is separate, and that will commence works in the next couple of weeks. So one thing that's great about this council, and many councils are going to this now, is early plan sealing. If you do have the majority of lots sold, which in this case, every lot in stage 1 except for 3 is sold. So then that's sold off the plan, that is. Council will actually let you get early titles. There's a particular process you need to follow, and that does involve putting money down. So putting bond money down to council before you complete the works. But it means being able to get your titles in early and settling on those properties before earthworks are actually completed or before the civil works are completed. So if you get your titles 3 months early, be able to settle all the blocks, get the money in the door, people can settle, then obviously that helps your cash flow quite substantially and reduces holding costs quite a bit as well. In this particular instance, there's about $7 million worth of pre-sales in stage 1, and then the bonding amount is around about $700,000. So it's well worth the extra couple of months of getting the titles in early and just wrapping up the job and completing it. One thing we did with this job is we sold a lot of the blocks off the plan. In actual fact, I probably sold too many off the plan. Over the last 6 months, these blocks have gone up by about $100,000 each. So the buyers are pretty stoked. They've made about $100,000 equity on what were $330,000 blocks. Now they've gone to about $430,000. So the buyers are pretty stoked. They've made some good equity, and we're pretty happy as well because we've got most of the sales sorted, and the deal is pretty much locked in. The development is pretty much done. The only thing left to do is really construction. So there's a little bit of construction risk. There's a very, very small amount of settlement risk because every buyer has 10% deposit down. And we're looking at getting titles in the next couple of months. So this job from start to finish, from initial contract through to completion, will be around about 2 years, which is actually fairly quick on a 42 lot subdivision in a reasonably rural area, but still 45 k's from Brisbane. So 2 years, and really the construction phase out of that 2 year window is only about 4 months. So construction is such a small piece of the pie that it's funny how many people think that development or developing properties is all about the construction. It's actually not. By the time the construction gets done, the deal's already finished. You've already bought the site, and hopefully you've bought it well, and there's a fair bit of equity in the site already when you've bought it. But not only that, there's initial equity in the site, but you want to be able to get the uplift from the approval. So in this instance, there was quite a bit of uplift just in the approval, and that approval was done really in about 6 months, the original approval or the initial approval. So you want to be able to get the upside from the approval and then be able to at least pre-sell a lot of the stock up front, which de-risks your end position. And in this instance, yeah, we did sell the blocks, now looking back, probably a bit too cheap, but it really firmed up our end position and de-risked that whole settlement risk, and de-risked the project substantially. The only real risk now to us is some contingency blowouts on the construction costs, which you can see the excavator in the background. There's some dams in the background. I am in joggers on a construction site, so I'm sticking to my own little area here. So there's an excavator cleaning out one of the old dams, which will be filled in. We've got a dozer on site and a couple of trucks and scrapers and things. So yeah, there's a bit of construction risk. We might use up some of the contingency, but that's the whole point of a contingency, is to have it there, expect to use it, and if you don't, it's just a bonus. So looking forward to getting settlements on these blocks in the next sort of 1 to 2 months, and wrapping up stage 1 and then rolling on to stage 2 and having the whole thing done in a couple of years. And this is just one of a number of projects that we're working on, and that we do have under construction at the moment. And this is actually the first time I've been to site since they've started, and I might come to site maybe one more time before completion, and that's pretty much it. Most of the management is done by the superintendent, and the superintendent has been appointed by the client, myself, and she manages the claims and all the other aspects of the job, and I'm really just overseeing and making sure that things are being done really to budget, and then if there's any problems or issues, that I'm notified. So really my day-to-day management of the job is fairly minimal, and just having an oversight and really just managing the costs, and doing more the high-level stuff, not the day-to-day management of the job. You actually don't want, as a client, as a developer, you actually don't want to be on site all of the time. It's better that you're not here and you just let the builder or the contractor just do what they're good at. The main thing you need to know is just pick a good contractor and let them finish the job. Don't intervene. And also same with consultants. Let your consultants run the job, and if they need direction or they need input from you, which most of the time it comes back to monetary, you just give them the input and let them be the professional. And if they're not performing, you just need to get a different consultant. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope I've taught you something in this video, or at least shared what we're up to. Thanks, and have a good day.